Hello and welcome back to Speed Freak Garage, home of PowerSports on YouTube.
Today our video is sponsored by Tokyo Tiger.
Discount code POWER25. Live fast, eat trash.
Kuroneko delivery service, courtesy of Tokyo Tiger t-shirts, discount code POWER25. No. So over the last 9 months, Brandon has been working on this engine build, and we've been creating shorts because we're too busy to film a proper video. So we're gonna recap all 17 shorts over the last 9 months and get Brandon and Chris's perspective on this very, very long project.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been, life's been busy, this has been busy, plus this kind of snowballed, and originally it was supposed to be a junkyard build. Well, now you see it, the engine bay is painted, okay. Like the whole engine Cerakoted.
Did you just hear that? Do you believe that?
Over the top.
Do you believe junkyard? I don't believe that.
No,
I don't believe that, no. I mean, you spent 2 months on a wire harness.
Yeah, well, that was after the snowball already took place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first short here was November 8th, 2023. So you're saying that we took one short and then it snowballed.
Kind of, yeah, pretty well. Honestly, it happened before this because...
Okay, so we're gonna watch the first short.
So this is just showing the block that's Cerakoted.
Yep. So this is where it all became a not junkyard build, is when you Cerakoted your block.
Well, in all fairness, before this, whenever I disassembled it, because I wanted to make sure bearings and stuff were good, the piston skirts are pretty ate up. I don't know how many miles this thing had, so it was kind of like, if I'm going to put pistons in it, then it's going to be nice, because I'm not just going to throw pistons in a junk motor and already be in it. So
fair enough.
Criticize me all you want.
Oh, I'll criticize you all day long.
Look at this unit.
I mean, it's beautiful. That's why half the camera is on the motor and not us.
It's a nice Johnny, for sure.
It's beautiful. Looking forward to seeing it together.
I just want to hear it.
That too.
I think the sound's going to be gnarly. Yeah.
So short number 2. Now this, what the fuck are you doing to your poor piston?
So the rotating assembly got balanced, and that was during this process. So whenever I used a Dremel on some of these parts to balance it, basically it kind of leaves burrs and striations. So the wire wheel,
after balancing, technically. Yeah,
this kind of like dials it in, just like, I mean, you can get, you know, 1/100 of a gram out of it using this, but which is negligible because oil weight, you know, is that. But basically, yeah, that was after balancing. That was just kind of like polishing, basically.
Yeah, and we posted this short up several times, and it was pretty popular. I don't know if because people were interested in how to balance, or if they were just blown away by
your quality.
Yeah, I mean the 3.3432.
Yeah,
not many people would do that. It would be a junkyard build.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, once again, if you're going to buy quality parts,
you're going to 9,000, right?
Yeah,
9,000.
Yeah,
11,000. Send it to the
money shift.
I don't think it'll do 11K.
Going 4th to 2nd.
It'll do it once, probably.
Short number 3.
So this is a rotating assembly, just rotating basically. Pretty straightforward.
Checking it for or were we just?
No, I think I just put the main caps on and just making sure that it free spun, because sometimes if you put them together, you really need to make sure that it spins, because let's say you were, was spinning a late night and had some math wrong, very easily could you have locked this thing up, and then you put all the other components on and then you go to start it and it doesn't spin. So you always need to make sure to spin it before you put it all together.
Spin a fresh bearing.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
suck.
that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
So short number 4. Now this one, I was watching this last night and I don't remember what you were doing. What were you doing?
So this is measuring thrust. So essentially, this particular motor, the thrust bearing is actually made into one of the main bearings. Some motors you can buy different thrust, like shims, but this is just making sure that was in spec as well.
So the play forward, backward in your crank, you're making sure it's not bad.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, especially, I think this motor was actually from an automatic car, but manual cars are worse.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, I was confused. I thought you had a hairball.
The next time somebody says automatic, we should all just start choking and dying.
So anyway, so basically this was checking the thrust of the crank. So your crank is allowed to have some play forward and backward in the motor, but it needs to be within spec. And this motor, I think, was actually from an automatic, so it didn't really play into it. But some manual cars, the actual clutch loading and unloading kind of eats into your thrust play sometimes. So
Okay.
so yeah.
Short 5. This one was one of my favorites because we took the time to actually make it special for what we were doing, which is putting on your caps, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. So this was kind of like an ASMR almost, because I think we left the sound in it.
We left the original sound, the brushing, the background music.
Yeah. So yeah, basically what's kind of funny is, as you see, they're like Allen head bolts. One of the guys that's very familiar with this platform, who I've got a lot of knowledge from, actually recommended this trick. So instead of using ARP fasteners, which can distort the main caps whenever you clamp them down, because the clamping force is so much greater than factory, and it actually will distort your bearings unless you do a line bore with it or line hone with them. This gives you stronger mains than factory and allows you to torque them down a little bit more, but doesn't distort the factory main caps. So he's kind of got like a window where a lot of, I mean, he's measured several blocks. So in this particular case, I think it was like 50 foot-pounds or whatever was kind of the sweet spot. Basically, anything more and you start distorting the main caps, anything less, well, then you're not getting the clamping force you need.
Yeah,
so.
It says 50 foot. I can't believe you can even see that in that video, considering it's been uploaded and downloaded like 4 times now.
Deep fried.
You can still see the 50 in there.
Yeah, so.
Okay, number 6. Yeah, we got a lot of engagement on this one.
Yeah.
Why are you dumping ATF all over the motor and the pistons and the rods and the I think you went through 3 bottles of ATF.
I don't think I went through that much.
I think you went through a lot, because there's bottles missing from my shelf.
I don't think it was that bad. No, so...
Okay, back me up here, Chris.
Knowing you, yes. You probably went through a gallon or 2.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you can't ever have enough lube. So,
no, you can't.
I mean, come on.
You slip right out.
So, yeah, James brought up a very valid point, though. He stated that it was ATF. So a lot of people don't know what to use whenever you're putting pistons in. Do you use oil? Do you use whatever? ATF is kind of like a little hack. ATF is a very light, thin oil, but it also has a very awesome additive package. So it's got a bunch of detergents in it, so it helps keep everything clean, as well as it being a thin weight oil allows the rings to seat upon startup in those first few critical moments whenever you're running your engine for the first time. So ATF's awesome for that. It does smoke like crazy, but the benefits of it keeping the bores clean, as well as keeping everything rust free while you're assembling and stuff like that is a huge plus.
So number 7. Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, so we were 3D scanning, as you see in the short. Basically, I was too cheap to to buy someone's firewall delete. So, or not a firewall delete, but a firewall for the rear seat portion. So we 3D scanned that, and then we were able to throw it in CAD and take some measurements and basically build our own firewall for the car.
I would argue not only was it probably cheaper, but the knowledge and understanding to do that and to learn how to scan such a, because scanning that took 3 or 4 tries.
Yeah.
And then you cut it, it was a little off, so we kind of,
revisited, yeah.
But also the safety of not burning alive when your fuel line blows.
Yeah, so part of the reason for that was this car has a surge tank now, which is mounted in the trunk. So we really needed to block that off to keep fuel out of the vehicle in the event of something catastrophic fails or it's in a wreck or whatever.
I mean,
just a safety
feature.
feature.
A real drift car. Like, we're going to be touching doors, walls, jumping shit. I mean, this car is going to get treated the same way it did when it came right out of the junkyard.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we got to build it right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a huge safety feature.
Yeah. All right, number 8. Ah, yes.
So something cool with this project is I got nice and comfy with the TIG. So I really hadn't had much experience prior to this project, just playing around with it here and there. So here's a short of me taking together the intercooler piping, which turned out really great. Very happy with the results.
You got pretty good with that towards the end. I mean, did a lot of TIGging, a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Just in the exhaust is crazy.
It saved a lot of money. I would argue that I probably, in the grand scheme of things, probably spent that amount with tooling and stuff like that. I had to buy special cups and things, but the knowledge now that I have definitely can save in the future, can make repairs, especially for all of us.
I was about to say, you accidentally volunteered to help us with our cars.
Yeah.
I mean, because we could
need some help with TIG welding.
Yeah, I could MIG. You saw the MIG job on the Porsche. It wasn't good, but it doesn't leak. But if we want to represent the team, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have enough patience to go through that again.
Yeah.
Like, I just want my car to run. I don't know if I want to spend a month tigging it.
It was a grueling process, but also, I don't know. I think we do have some shorts coming up of some more intricate work that was done.
About half the shorts are the TIG. So
Gotcha.
we probably should, yes, you're right. We'd go ahead and go to number 9. Yeah.
So this is still working on the intercooler piping. The thing is, with this particular turbo setup and whatever else, no one makes an off-the-shelf piping kit that I could buy and not have a bunch of couplers. And more couplers equals more problems because they pop off, they want to, leak or whatever, or you got hose clamps that loosen. So this basically eliminated most of my couplers. Now I only have 4 on the engine as opposed to maybe 8 or more.
Just gonna keep going through. We're on 10 now because a lot of these are welding.
Gotcha.
So this is your down pipe.
Yeah, this part
All pie cuts.
took forever.
Could you imagine doing your exhaust like this, like back, what?
I mean, it wouldn't have taken as long because obviously I'm not going down underneath the car, but straight out the hood. So.
I mean, I tried to convince him to match you and go out the hood. He wouldn't do it.
Or the fender.
That's terrible.
Fender dump.
That's so lame.
Oh.
It's so childish.
So when my LS E36 has ITBs, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with the headers, but me and Chris are gonna have some loud, like, fender dump, hood dump,
but what's
and then
bad,
you're gonna have this quiet little, like,
it won't be quiet.
Child.
Believe me, it's not gonna be quiet. But one thing that kind of sucks, you mentioned ITBs.
Short 11. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
You mentioned ITBs. You can't really hear them if you got a loud exhaust, right? So that's kind of the draw.
Don't play that fucking reverse psychology shit with me.
The intake noise is awesome.
Reverse psychology. You see him working on that.
So basically here I started fully welding those pie cuts that I was putting in. This was pretty tricky because of the space constraints with the engine being very close to that strut tower, as well as it's got a strut brace that comes across the strut towers as well. So I had a lot of constraints, and I was fitting 3.5 the whole way. I was not making any exceptions.
12. So it's the same thing.
I think I factored it up. I would have to do the math again.
Here we go. Yeah, so here's the overview of kind of what you did.
Yeah, I would have to do the math again, but it's like, I don't know how many feet of welding this equates to, but it's a lot.
And 13. Oh, what is? Oh, that's your wastegate.
Yeah. So another thing he was bitching at me for is that I did an integrated wastegate dump. Instead of just dumping it to atmosphere, it actually recircs back into the downpipe. Yeah.
He's recircing his wastegate.
And
some things it sounds cool on.
I thought about doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like the dump, like the noise it makes when it dumps?
Can't hear it over the exhaust. Especially where mine's at, so.
I like the ones where they put them out the hood and they fucking rubber band a condom to it.
It's terrible. Ridiculous.
Number 14. So this, I actually bought a bunch of supplies after this. Remember?
Oh yeah, you bought like a face shield and some other stuff.
Yeah. He's over here trying to start my shop on fire with safety. Yeah, he had safety glasses, but yeah,
that's a first.
I bought more safety glasses. I bought a face shield, and then I checked all the fire extinguishers and made sure they were full.
I think what's kind of crazy about this is this was one of the few chassis modifications that was made to the car. Basically the footwell in the rear was notched out for the fuel lines to go under, and then I did stainless hardline the whole way as well underneath the car. So that was kind of a safety thing as well. Some people run that line, but as low as this car is, and it's only going to go lower, I will not go higher. It's just not in the cards. As low as it was going to be raking fuel lines off. So
he's going to be dragging those skirts.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right, number 15. Oh, this was one of my favorites. Did I send you this? Did I text you this?
You did. It was hilarious.
And the music matched.
Damn.
So the whole garage is on smart home, alarm, lights, fire, water. So I can turn anything in here on and off with my phone. So Brandon's in here working on his car and the rest of us are God knows where. So I pull up the camera and I pull up the smart home app and I'm just like, light off, light on, light off, light on. And then I pull up the recorded video and...
At first, I thought he was actually in the shop, but he wasn't. So then I quickly realized that he was going to be watching the camera footage. So that's where I told him he was number one.
He was number one.
Oh, dang it.
Okay, number 16. We're almost done, sadly.
Yeah.
So we actually skipped a lot of work just because I wasn't always here to film. Getting the motor out without the front of the car, I thought went well.
Oh yeah, super easy. That's why a lot of people don't actually tube the front ends of these because they bolt on and off factory. Yeah. So super handy to be able to just pull everything out as opposed to have to like maybe drop the subframe out the bottom or you got to split engine and transmission or whatever. This you could just pull the whole hunk out. So yeah, we definitely skipped a lot of stuff. There was various fab projects in there. We really didn't make any shorts on the custom wire harness that I made.
No, yeah. It's just hard to engage people unless something, like grinding your piston had tons of engagement.
Yeah.
But then one of the videos where we're just like doing normal stuff had almost no engagement.
Yeah.
So
it's the off the wall meticulous things is what draws people in, and I don't know, it's just hard telling what they're gonna want to see. So
yeah.
Then our latest number 17 was this beautiful engine going back in the car. Well, the other engine was a different one, so I should say this.
Yeah.
I did find an extra jack handle for the engine hoist at my house.
Did you?
So next time it'll be easier.
Yeah, if you noticed, I was using a pry bar.
Yeah, he saw us struggling, and so he's like, "You need this." And
someone
just handed
lost
me a jack handle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people have borrowed it. God knows.
It's hard telling.
And it's red. That's James's favorite color.
I love red. I love cats. And
red.
And Asian girls.
Do you love red cats?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Don't combine them.
Surprise me.
Red cats.
Yeah, don't combine them. It doesn't go well usually.
Christ.
Cat girls.
No.
Wrong video.
Wrong video.
Hold on. We gotta change the lighting up real quick.
Bring the casting couch up.
Yeah, we can bring the casting couch out here.
Create the ambiance.
That would have been hilarious.
It's terrible.
I mean, that was it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We're probably going to make up more shorts, but
I mean, it is right there.
Yeah.
My goal with it, if you notice, this was, like he's saying, this is almost the last thing. What I wanted to do was leave the factory stuff, factory engine in as long as I could, because it's actually the same platform. So that means I can do mock-up and fit-up on my old junk engine and leave this thing nice and shiny on the stand. So that's what I did. So like everything's at the 90% mark. It's just that last 10% just buttoning things up. So it should be clicking together relatively fast now. So,
man, I hope so, because you have less than 3 weeks.
yeah,
You're going to be living here.
gotta hammer it out.
I mean, I guess it just has to be dyno-able. It doesn't actually have to be drivable, driftable. Like, you just need to get it on the dyno and pull. Like, you don't have to clean all this shit up. You know, like, it's still a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I don't think it'll actually be that bad.
You're going to dyno it and then paint it, right?
Yeah, unless I were to sling it together somehow ahead of time.
Ha! No. I was taking bets with Anthony earlier that
Oh my.
he's betting for you. He said he'd put $200 down on you.
He knows I'll do it.
Yeah. Brandon
Yeah, he
always
basically
finds
he was
a way.
like if you bet against him, he'll live there just
Absolutely.
to prove you wrong.
Absolutely, I would. Yeah,
Time.
yeah. It's very close. It's just, you know, getting the last little things tweaked and put into place. Definitely one thing that kind of sucks is like now it kind of comes down to parts ordering. So I placed an order and tried to figure out what I was going to need and kind of get it coming.
boy.
But you know, it could be a 15-cent piece holds you up. So hopefully I can power through. Worst case, overnight some stuff. But yeah, it's very close. Everything's right there. The last few bits and pieces actually should be in, I think, in 2 days.
Nice.
So
Nice.
hoping that gets us squared away as far as parts are concerned, and then it's go time. So
Cool. So Chris, your car's next, right?
Yes, it's next on the chopping block.
Yeah.
I got to get my car back together.
So I just need a clutch, and I'm going to be running 100 horsepower, but I can at least drive it on the track. But we got to get your car. Well, you have a shop now, but
Yeah.
we got to help you out.
yeah, we can just
Yeah, I
put
just
like
gotta
some
order
flex
some
seal over your block, maybe.
I don't think we can cover that window. In
Could you
block.
flex seal it? That's not the combustion chamber, right? So could you technically seal it? Like
can.
obviously not for reals, but like
Absolutely, as long as you had a good enough ventilation system for the crankcase pressure,
you're
so it
just
wouldn't
turbo,
blow out.
So you'd have to have like a
90% of the time there's going to be a crack up somewhere. So
Yeah.
up
it
into
keeps
the
spreading.
cylinder wall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were gonna like fix it, you'd have to like find the edge of it, drill it out, and
Weld it.
from the edge. Yeah.
I got another block, so it's not a big deal. I just need to start ordering parts. And
The good news is they're cheap enough. I mean, blocks are relatively cheap for these still. So
Iron block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aluminum blocks on the
Yeah.
LS are getting stupid.
another junkyard motor.
Yeah.
Turned into this.
yeah,
I mean, there's like 3 motors in this garage right now, but somebody's
Actually, I think they're-
hoarding them.
I'm probably driving the cost up. Honestly, they're probably more now. I keep like
How about
stowing
this?
them away.
List it for sale for like $10, so other prices go down. Yeah. So he can call someone and be like, "Hey,
and then just never sell it.
Yeah, just leave it up.
Yeah, just leave it up for $10. Just drive the
my.
prices down, like stock market style. Just
Yeah.
cheat."
We're good. We've got enough of them, and ZFs too.
We do.
We got a few
We have
ZFs
like
as well.
5 transmissions.
Yeah. So
One of those I very, very severely damaged.
terrible.
But anyway, so I don't know. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you Tokyo Tiger for the 3 t-shirts and the 25% off discount code. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, sir, in the background, chilling.
Cameraman.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to post more shorts. We're going to make more videos. We got dirt bike videos, Porsche videos, BMW videos.
Side-by-side videos.
Yes, and side-by-side videos.
It's like code
I haven't
word.
even edited those. I've got 8 hours of videos still not edited, so.
Code word for gay
Bronco
porn.
videos,
Missing out.
hitting trees with Broncos.
Yep.
Oh my.
Almost destroying a Bronco. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That'd be a really good video.
That would
I'm
have
waiting for him to sell it.
He post this up.
And then post it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
we will see you next time.
Adios.
See ya.